Hello, my readers. This is Dark Symphony 777 back after my a little more than a week. No, I have a cat staring at me. There's a cat just eyeballing me. No, stop rubbing the computer. Stop it. Stop it. No, no. Hold on a second. Okay, I put a stop to the kitty just moving my computer and being adorable. So anyway, I'm back from my week-long break. I feel mentally recharged. Unfortunately, complications at my job sprang up, so my schedule is going to be again very, very wonky. Seriously, what is up with my job and constantly changing my schedule on the fly, like literally daily, like half the time. My schedule changes daily. It's like, oh, you have these days off. Oh, no, you don't have any more. But now you have these days off. But I already worked that day. We don't care. Because my boss decided to take a week-long vacation. One of my coworkers is sick in the hospital. I'm pregnant. Why? It's stupid. So, I don't know. So, my original plan for this video was going to be 1 in a million, but I have to move that till tomorrow because I have to do tax-related stuff. Something I've been trying to do for the last couple weeks, but I couldn't because of work, because they like to constantly change my schedule. Yeah, again, annoying. So I am back at an intervention by Tog Fan 2000 from in Luigi's Mansion. During the week-long break, I actually found out that I actually got an update saying that they added a new chapter. I don't even know who the ghosts are. So I'm actually excited to see who's next. So a link to the chapter will be in the description below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell for notification, and leave a comment in the comment section below on your thoughts of the video. So let's get started. Oh. Really? Oh, this is so good. Oh, the triplets. Oh, I don't know I don't know if you know this, but when Luigi's Mansion was first announced, we started getting to know the characters. Everyone fell in love with Morty. It's like, no one's gonna like any of the boss ghosts more than Morty. And then these three showed up and completely just kicked it off his high porch. I believe these the triplets are like the most popular Luigi's Mansion characters. In 3, yeah, like 3. Like it's these three followed by Morty. Like Morty was up top, and then the triplets showed up and just whacked them with their hat. I actually show you what a picture of them look like. This is them. This is them right here. Everyone fell in love with these three. Everyone. And then Morty, the filmmaker, is just sat in the corner. He's like, sacred abuse, overshadowed by the 3 that kids. And then Madame Clairvoyant is like right next to him, said first time. Because Luigi's Mansion 1, like the most popular ghost in the original Luigi's Mansion was Melody Pianissima, who was a little girl. Just like these three. Let's actually get started. I can't wait. Let's see what they do. We're gonna see the duck again. We're gonna see Archibald. Can we see Archibald? Quiet. Yeah, he could show up any minute now. The triplets whispered to each other as they hid in the rafters of the great stage auditorium. No. No, don't have to go after Wolfgeist. So what, is it gonna be like a running gag that most of these interventions are going to be started by messing with Wolfgeist? I have a feeling Wolfgeist, if the story continues to the end, Wolfgeist is going to be last because they're going to say, okay, We did intervention for like all the other characters left. What are you looking at me for? I can see Wolfgeist being like last. Either that or Helen. Like they all just march up to Helen and just roast her. And they'd be like longer than like every other chapter combined. Okay, so I'm getting off topic like a lot, but I love these characters. Triplets whisper to each other as they hit in the rafters of the great stage auditorium. From their perch, they can see their most recent masterpiece of a prank, Amadeus Wolfgeist piano, decorated to have lipstick, rosy cheeks, and girly eyelashes. Hi. I'm just imagining that because I'm imagining the spooky piano from Big Boots Haunt from Mario 64 and that getup. Why? I'm not laughing. Okay, let's go. They're awaiting the arrival of Piano's owner to bear witness to his guaranteed spectacular reaction, which will likely result in one very angry pianist chasing three giggling magicians around the hotel. A price to pay for art, but a price worth paying. Let me tell you, this has to be your greatest prank yet, Ginny, Nikki told her sister. It's almost as great as one of mine. And almost, of course, since I'm the best. Nikki, what did we say about giving half-assed compliments? Lindsay chided her. That I can get away with them? Seriously? Didn't you listen to anything I said? Guys, shh! He's coming! Ginny appeared between her feuding sisters, pointing toward the door to the dressing room where a certain pianist's ghost phased through and floated towards the piano. The triplets did their best to contain their giggles as they watched Amadeus stop in his tracks as he bore witness to the piano's new design. Instead of flipping out in rage and yelling out their names, however, the pianist simply stared at the piano with the same look of disinterest he usually had. Amadeus just completely just stopped giving a fuck. It's like, I had to deal with my piano filled with ducks. There's nothing. Triplets were surprised by this, and Lindsay was the first to react. What's wrong with Mr. Wolfgeist? This isn't how he usually asks. Simple, he stopped giving a fuck. Oh no, I think we broke it. Maybe we did go too far this time. Either that or your prank was so lame he couldn't feel bothered to react at all. Mickey, make me pin the blame on you for lack of back from prank. Or what, Lizzie? You know I'll just take the blame and let the others believe I was the sole mastermind. Guys, Wolfguy's gone. Nikki and Lindsay ceased their argument to look at the stage and noticed that, indeed, the pianist has disappeared. The three felt the chill curl up their non-existent spines as they slowly turned around to see Wolfgeist floating behind them. The same deadpan look still on his face. It was at this moment Ginny, and Lindsay knew I fucked up. Nikki shoved Lindsay forward, and after casting a brief glare at her, Lindsay began to speak. Good evening, Mr. Wolfgeist. We didn't think we'd see you here. We were just, checking out the rafters for Ginny's rubber ducky Archibald. It's Archibald! Yes! Mentioned for Archibald. The Atari reference is still strong. I wonder if I should get, like, a little crossover between SMG4 and Luigi's Mansion 3. Just Atari meeting the triplets. Can we get, like, a fan picture of that? I'd totally read that. Just a one-off chapter of just Tari showing up at the hotel and meeting with Jinzi over rubber ducks. Like, that'd be cute. I can see that happening. Yeah, what she said. Oh wait, where was I? Oh yeah, checking. Oh, did I already read? God dang it! I went off topic so much that I completely forgot where I was. Oh yeah, checking out the rafters for Ginny's rubber ducky Archibald. It's Archibald. Yeah, what she said. Anyway, we definitely didn't have anything to do with that wonderful new design of your piano. No, sirree, we didn't. She desperately tried to salvage the situation, believing that Wolfgeist had achieved a new level of rage that he was going to take out on them. Pianist goes too angry to die. Stay tuned at 11. Wolfgeist, for his part, simply kept staring at the three, his face having not changed at all during Lindsay's explanation. He suddenly raised his arm, hovered over the three, and grabbed Nikki, tucking her under his arm. He then did the same before floating down from the rafters and making his way toward the elevator. Then he simply followed the piano. I knew it. He just stopped giving a fuck after the rubber ducks. I can see so much. I can see an actual someone making like an actual animation of that. He's just like glaring at them, and then he's just slowly grabs him and tucks him under his arms. It's like, and then just walked away. That's not supposed. This is actually not supposed to be funny, but just knowing the two chapters beforehand of what Amadeus acts like, it's just funny in an out of character sort of context. Okay. Let's get started with the actual intervention. The doors to the staff's meeting room was opened as Wolfgeist, 2 of the 3 triplets under his arms, and the last one following entered the room. He plopped down the 2 on some chairs, Ginny joining soon after, and he floated towards his own chair. The triplets took notice of what was in front of them. Several staff members of the last resort, specifically Stewart, Chambria, Potter, Clem, and Fishhook, along with the aforementioned Amadeus Wolfgeist, were all sitting in a semicircle in front of them. They were all staring at them with the same look Amadeus had. Finding the whole thing familiar, Nikki decided to break the silence. Clem, what did you Nice throwback to the original chapter. Oh, that's actually... again, that's not supposed to be funny, but it's more of a funny and sort of a thing with this first chapter, since the whole story kind of started with Clem talking about them rubber ducks. It's only funny because that was literally the whole idea, and just referencing that is actually pretty clever. Nikki, behave, Chambria said. You 3 know exactly what you are here for. I'm actually reminded of a picture I actually downloaded. Let me see if I can actually find it real quick. Hold on. Yeah, remind me of this picture. What's with these sassy lost children? That's done. Let's go back. Nikki, the triplets stared at each other nervously, knowing what this was all about. For the past month, you 3 have been pulling some rather intense pranks on us. Chambria continued. There was an incident with Johnny in the pool. Johnny whistled a tune as he flew toward the diving board. Once he was on, he dove off it. He dove off it. Oh, off it. Like, add an extra up there, dude. into the water for his morning swim. Only to find himself unable to move as he realized the water in the pool has somehow transformed into gelatin. Oh my god! My body can't break through the jelly! Or what you did to Fishhook. Well, what do you have here? Well, what do we have here? Fishhook said as he took notice of the delicious-looking fish dangling from the the water surface. Shark instincts kicking in, he swam toward his dangling lurched out of the water and climbed out of it, only to realize that the fish was made out of peanut butter, leaving him unable to open his mouth. As he dangled on the string, he saw as the 3 culprits get rid of that as. He saw the 3 culprits laughing themselves silly on the deck of a ship. 3 days, kid. It took me 3 days before I could get me mouth on something. 3 days! The triplets flinched as Captain Fishhook yelled at him. And don't even get us started at what happened to poor Cruller, Chambria said. It's been a week and he still won't go anywhere near the coffee shop. What did they do to him? What did they do to the mall cop? Giving an uncharacteristic glare at them. And the worst part is that all this week alone, Dr. Potter pointed out, you've been doing things like this for years since you first 3 came to this hotel. And we're all starting to get sick of it. The adults in the room stared at the 3 troublemakers. Give us a second to discuss something, Lindsay said as she and her sisters huddled together. She started to whisper to them as she looked at the glaring adults behind her. Okay, we all knew this day would come. You know what? You know what you need to say. Yep, I've been practicing my puppy dog eyes for this. They prepared. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yeah, I've been just to be clear, we're going to continue pranking them after this, right? Is that something I'm never agreeing to, said Nikki. I'll see what I can do. Triplets parted from the huddle and turned to address the expensive adults. Lindsay cleared her throat and began to speak, seeing her sisters had rehearsed dozens of times before. Wait, I gotta do this. I couldn't resist. Look, we understand. You guys are tired from seeing us so desperately to live out the childhoods we were tragically robbed of. We get it. Anyone could get tired of that. But let me ask you something, Nikki followed after her sister. Would you try to endlessly indulge in the one thing that was so cruelly ripped away from you at such a tender young age? Would you desperately cling onto the last little shreds of what you almost lost in life for as long as you could, and do everything in your power to relive that last sliver endlessly? Or would you stomp on the dreams of three tragically young children who are doing just that? So please, look deep inside your cold, undead hearts and take a good long look out into our eyes. Ginny and her sister all made puppy dog eyes at the adults. We're sorry. The adults can only stare at the triplets as they process the remarkably well-delivered speech. They even started to clap for their performance, the sister responding by bowing to the impromptu audience. My, you children must have spent a lot of time practicing that speech, Cambria congratulated. So, does this mean you forgive us? Oh, heavens! I knew it! I called it. Well, usually when stuff like that happens, they're like, no, we abide it. You know, you three are just trying to manipulate us into letting you go scot-free. That's not happening, unfortunately. So, Amadeus explained with a benevolent smile on his face, what punishment will we be doling out to these three? I say, we take away their TV privileges and take all their little toys for a full month. Who's with me? They're ghosts. I'm pretty sure that won't work. Maybe. I mean, you can hide TV relatively well. The triplets watched in horror as the adults started to talk amongst each other, clearly interested in the pianist's suggestion. But from within the chatter, their savior spoke up. Now hold it. The adults in the room turned to stare at Clem, who had been quiet. Why does it say quiet? It should be quiet. For the entirety of their little intervention. I thought that they did this. I've been a bad father figure. Wait, what? What? Clem, you're not a father figure. You Clem. You're a hillbilly mechanist with an obsession for rubber duckies. You see, ever since I took these three young, impressionable girls. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be misspelled. Like, you're supposed to write girls instead of goals. But this will be the first time I've literally asked an author and said, hey, can you leave this error right here as is? Because it's scared to see it so much like something Clem would actually say. Under my wing, I've been indulging them in all their little pranks and escapades as a way to bond and strengthen our relationship. But now, I realize that the children are taking things too far. It's my fault for not disciplining them enough. Clem, you filled the entire hotel with rubber ducks. You're one to talk. So please, let me take charge in their punishment, as my duty as a father insists I do. The other ghosts look at the mechanic with awe, and some with admiration at the ghost's willingness to improve his parenting. Except for Amadeus, who's just no, he's not buying it. While Captain Fishhook was even tearing up at the sight. I'm still predicting Amadeus just did not give a fuck. If only me mum was as good as you. Let the man raise his kids, the pirate declared, and everyone agreed as they got up from their seats and started leaving the room. Cambria and Stu were in tears and hugging each other over the wonderful speech. The only one left in the room was the triplets, Amadeus and Clem. The pianist calmly floated over to the mechanic and eyed him over. You impress me, Clem. If you can, please take my idea into consideration. He quickly whispered into the mechanic's ear. He left the room, leaving only the triplets and Clem. So what's it gonna be, Clem? No more video games. Are you gonna lock us in the supply? You're ghost! You can't exactly... And it's not gonna... Supply clause is not gonna work. Nikki asked the mechanic. Her sisters hanging their heads down in shame. They were surprised, however, to hear the mechanic ghost laughing for some reason. Aw, kids, I just said all those things to get you off your back. There you go, Glum. That's something he would do. Wait, so you're not gonna punish us? Yeah, no, I'd be a criminal dead if I let this happen. The mechanics grabbed the magician in the hug, everyone laughing and giggling as he newbied Lindsay. Still, I think you should keep pranks on the down low for at least a week. Make them think I did what I said. That's fair. Besides, we have a few pranks that haven't happened yet. We stuffed Serpy's closet with a ton of those snakes in the can, and they should be going out any minute. Lindsay gave it up. Just for that, I ain't giving you any more supplies for the week either. Aw, Clem. Hey, call me Dad. Besides, I'll do actual parenting at some point next week. We're going to be taking into the professor's lab and paint all of our Gravely's contaminated things. They all left as they left the room. Later that night, a scream could be heard from the 10th floor. A scream that could be best described as a regal woman having a can full of rubber snakes explode upon, and her mistaking them for actual snakes. The triplets would wake up to their bedroom flooded with sand and would unanimously agree that, like all other pranks, it was worth it. I demand that every single chapter have at least one reference to a rubber duck. Or if their triplets show up like in any other chapters, they gotta have Archibald with them. I don't care. Archibald needs to be there. And 2, there needs to be one reference. Every chapter has to have a reference to rubber ducks. This story started with rubber ducks. It needs to keep going with the rubber ducks. Oh, there's a author so next time anger management. Ah, really? I was hoping Amadeus would be saved for last. Ah, well, let's get him out of the way. I like the chapter. It was not as it wasn't as good as the first 2 chapters, but still holds up on his own. It does have a neat little callback to the first chapter, which I think should probably be like a running thing along the story. Like, you at least make one, or at least every chapter contains one reference to like what the original story was about, because the original story was just going to be just this chapter with Clem, and hell, the synopsis instead of... Also, I like that new synopsis. Literally, the original synopsis was literally just, Clem, we gotta talk about them ducks. Like, that was literally the original synopsis, so I think it should be like a running gag just throughout the entire story to at least have at least one reference to the original, just the original chapter, every chapter. It's probably going to be like 14 chapters. 14, 15 if you're going to add Helen. Maybe 16 if you're going to add like King Boo or something like that. And that's it. I give this chapter a 3. I think it's currently the weakest chapter. But I don't think it's bad. I just think chapter 2 and 1 were just better. So that is An Intervention, chapter 3 by TogFan 2000. Submit Dark Symphony 777, and cut.